That's an intermodal train because it says so on the side, and those cars are for hunting. Those cars are full of deer and elk and moose. It depends where they're going. Probably some bear too, so. And that's how you know what's inside. That one has an electromagnetic pulse. There's a bunch of them, so as long as those stay closed, we'll be okay. We'll be able to keep electricity. And finally, that one is swift. That describes how fast the train is going. And it's still going swift because there's another one. Pretty exciting day here at the railroad. Pretty exciting. Lots of dead deer and moose heading east, just as they've done since the days of the pioneers. Here comes another train for Ryan. That one's the 4343 squared, so that's kind of cool. Albert Einstein's actually the engineer on that train, and those cars have band-aids. You can tell because they have the crosses on them. It's actually where the first aid that you see in wartime comes from. This train's actually returning from, I think, the Middle East. It's hauling sand and oil and wine and olives, and pretty cool train. So that's where that train's coming from, and in a few minutes we're going to see more cars coming along. Those cars are black. That helps them absorb heat because they actually are hauling some of the heat from the Sahara, and they want to keep the sand in these cars as warm as possible. And as the train goes down the tracks, you know, it's going that direction. The heat from those black cars helps the sand in these cars stay warm. It's just all physics. Pretty interesting. Where's this sand going, you might wonder? Well, it's probably going to California. They're going to use it for building sandcastles on the beach. So people like to have different sands when they build sandcastles. There's been a big market. Here's some graffiti. It says Saudi. It's kind of cool. Just that car might have come from Saudi Arabia. We don't really know. But yeah, it's pretty neat. So anyway, there's been a big trend lately, people wanting different types of sand to build sandcastles, and that's what you're seeing here. Go by. That car is hauling vintage sand, and it's coming to a stop because you gotta ease on through town here. You were probably deceived and you thought that was the ocean. Well, I don't blame you. This here is a nostril for a thing that needs air to go through it. Ryan has explained to me earlier that when this car used to run on the Grand Central railroad trains, that there's actually a man who lived in that box, and he would control which direction this nozzle pointed, depending on if they were in city limits or if they were in a county. And depending on the county laws, they had to aim this nozzle different directions. So there was a horn in the back of the car that would actually signal to the man in the box. See how it's got these holes here? That's so he could breathe and he could hear the horn, which is on the back of the car there. But yeah, they would have to aim this, and it had to be manually. So it was one of the first jobs that was actually eliminated when unions started losing some of their bargaining power with the company. And now this is just always face down, and because it's not going through city limits the way that it used to, we just kind of leave it in the neutral position, which is what you see there. Amazing history that you've never known.